when you get a chance to touch a ball, anytime you can, go get it, because you never know what's going to happen from behind. Here's the bounce pass. Gets to Carl James. He's away from a gambling Barry and makes a 17-footer. By gambling, I mean he tried a kamikaze steal and went down the smokestack. He missed it. 27-20 is the score. Mitch down there in the dials for KROL. And we got the ball handled over here by Barry. Bounced over to the sideline to Gray in front of the UNLV bench. Tark over there standing with his hands on his hip. Now holding it up is Gray. Gray out in front to Barry. Good tough defense, double team trap. What's Barry going to do? He gives it to Gray. He's down the middle. Shoots a 16-footer that won't go. Nice rebound. Robinson. Bad pass. Robinson. Gray intercepts. Throws the ball to First. First throws it up. No good. The rebound is off and it's grabbed by Augman. A length of the court pass virtually, and it gets down there to Keith James. Over here to Carl James, his brother. Carl to the dribble, stop, bounce the ball in low at the baseline to Augman. Augman dribbling. I said, what'd you play in high school, guard? He said, I played every position in high school. Pass in low, too low. Robinson didn't get it. I think he should have caught it. Now the ball in the front court goes to Rosario, comes in deep, in the air. Basket counts, he's fouled. Nice play. This kid's got pretty good body control and great attention to the basket. He picks his target, and those eyes are riveted there. 27-22. Now watch the concentration on this kid if you're watching that leg of our simulcast. Look at the basket, hang in the air, deliver it, never mind the foul, and he did all of those things. Out of the ball game, Richard Robinson. To replace him is Todd. Robinson got a great rebound a second ago and then threw the ball away, and apparently Tark didn't like that. Tark's assisted by Tim Disley, Ron Gandelin, and Ralph Riedel. Jerry Kolosky is the trainer. Three-point play completed, and Rosario's got 13 points here in the first half. His season average, 13 for a game. Now we got the ball to James. Carl James takes it over to Keith James. In low to Basnight, posting up. He goes to the baseline, throws it out in front to James, and Keith made a good catch. Now the ball to Carl James. Carl dribbling the ball at the three-point line, bounces to Basnight. Dribble drive, good first step, underneath, foul, basket count. Foul by First, a super first step. That's the mark of a good guy going to the hole. First step takes him away from the defender. Boom, he's gone already. It was help out defense by First, trying to pick up for Hemseth, who was buried on the play, that first step. 29-23. Basnight at the line looks for his 9th point. Basnight on the year, second best scorer, 14.8. Patio with 3 fouls is their best, with 20. Patio has 5 points, one of them a three-pointer. Full court pressure. The ball is into Gray. He's double-teamed, and now ball knocked away and out of bounds. This is tough to handle, I'll tell you, this two-man trap in the backcourt, especially with young basketball players, such as Pacific has. Hemseth takes it out. He's only 19, a freshman. Cross-court pass comes to Gray. He's a 21-year-old senior. He's double-teamed and bounces the ball to number 4. That's Cleves. He's a 20-year-old senior. Now in the corner, Rosario. And shot no good. Rebound off the fingertips of UNLV. Grabbed nicely by Hemseth. He's in the air. Tried to shoot it. It's blocked and stolen by Todd. That's a defensive gem by Todd. Todd of San Diego transferred here after 3 years at Lamar University. That's a very unusual transfer after 3 years at a school. All right, this is his final year of eligibility. He's in play in the post and traveling, or double dribble. Double dribble is called. Referee Ron Levittich working with Ben Pope and Bill Simmons. Out of the game, Hemseth. And into the ball game, number 15 again comes back in, Minifield. I like the way Dennis Willens is handling this ball club. 30-23, UNLV leads it. I bet you Tom O'Neill is watching and listening, saying the same thing. Rosario bounces the ball to Gray. Gray at the free throw line. Dribble down the middle. In the air. 8-footer will be wide of the basket. Hit the bottom of the board and comes off the tie. Outlet passes to Keith James. Bounce pass cross court to his brother Booby. And Booby comes out in front. Booby to Rosson. These guys are out of that great Dunbar program in Baltimore, Maryland. There's Keith's three-pointer. Yes! Keith James hit a three-pointer. That's the team's 4th. They're 14 away from the NCAA record. That's a long ways off, and 33-23 is the score. But they had 16 in their last game. Here's a whistle and a play and a foul. Back away from the ball. It's going to be on Todd, holding First. That's 3 fouls on Todd. And Tark says, what are you guys trying to do to me? My hair will fall out. That's free throw time. First will be the free thrower. And this will be his first trip to the line. 65%. Out of the ball game, Todd. Back into the ball game. 0-0, Richard Robertson. Last last year, 37 games. The free throw. Has to make it to get the second and did it. First. And he gets his first point. 33-24. Dick Manugian, our executive producer, brought us over in the limo tonight. The free throw by First is no good, and the rebound is off, and a chase and grab by Robinson. Robinson to Booby James, and Booby in the front court. Booby yo-yoing up and down. Now the ball to Rossum. He fakes, goes around Rosario. Good fake and makes a 17-footer. That's a fine fake and got Rosario off his feet. Once you leave your feet, you're in trouble, unless you're in an airplane. 35-24 is the score. And here's Gray with the ball in the attacking zone in the simulcast. Not Gray, excuse me, that was Gleaves. Now down the middle, Rosario. He's hot tonight. His 12-footer comes up short. The rebound is taken in there by Rossum. He busts out of the back court with the dribble drive. Cross-court pass over to the far side for a three-pointer. Good. That's Keith James again. He hits 2 in a row. And for the running Rebels, the three-pointer is taking its toll. They lead their biggest margin, 14 points, 38-24. Timeout. Back in a minute.
Where Fremont Street ends, the excitement begins. Uptown at the Union Plaza. The Union Plaza in Las Vegas, where you can live it up in oh so many ways.
You don't pay retail prices at Nevada's largest selling discount jewelry store, The Jewelers. 14-karat gold love knot earrings retail $45, now $14.99.
If you find a lower price anywhere for the same quality merchandise, I'll refund double the difference to you in cash.
The best there is, The Jewelers.
The Jewelers, with 3 convenient locations.
We're pulling the trigger this Wednesday, February 3rd. It's hot. It's controversial. The newest paper to hit town, the Las Vegas Bullet, taking aim with the truth. Published by Bob Stupak. It'll be the talk of the town. Don't miss it as the truth unfolds before your eyes. Subscribe now. 1 full year for just $12.50. Less than half the cover cost. Call 388-1075 now. Also available at hundreds of stands and locations around town. We're taking aim with the truth. The Las Vegas Bullet.
The Las Vegas Hilton Race and Sports Superbook is packed with power. Over 30,000 square feet of wall-to-wall excitement make it the largest race and sports book in the world. The Las Vegas Hilton Superbook. When you come to play.
The enrollment at the University of Pacific over in Stockton is 4,000. An old school, founded, I should say, back in 1851. I'm Chick Hearn speaking to you from the beautiful Thomas and Mack Center, Las Vegas. Capacity 18,500, and they're averaging just about 17,800. Waiting to resume play with 4:26 to play. And the ball to come out of bounds at midcourt to Christian Gray. Pacific's now made 8 of 26 shots, 31%. And UNLV has made 15 of 28, 54%. Lob underneath, broken up, stolen. Falling out of bounds, Augman. He tightrope back and got the ball to Robinson. Now here's the ball once more to Booby James, and Booby comes to the front court. Booby has his brother over to his left, and over here to the right is Augman. Augman's a calm, cool, and collected freshman, I'll tell you that. Augman bounced the ball in low, giving it to Robinson. He's double-teamed. They knock it loose. It's a free ball, and the kid that stole the ball was Gleaves. That's a good play. Robinson turned his head, and Gleaves took the ball away. Gleaves takes the ball over here to Rosario, their best offensive threat tonight. In low to Gleaves. He can't drive along the base because of Keith James' stellar defense. Now the ball in the simulcast comes out in front, and Gleaves gets it back. 30 on the 45-second clock. 3:45 in the game clock. Now the ball to Rosario. Back to Gleaves. Guarding him is Keith James. Pass underneath, broken up nicely and stolen by Basnight. Basnight front court to Booby James. Out in front to Augman. Left hand 16-footer, no good. Rebound Robinson, no good. Rebound is off and a loose ball. Grabbed by Augman, knocked loose. Augman gets it back. He says, where are they all coming from? Three-pointer on the way, no good by Booby James. The rebound underneath, pump fake Augman, missed the shot. The rebound is off and is taken by Minifield. Minifield to Rosario. Rosario front court dribble drive all the way. Lay it up, no. Charging foul. Player control. A tell you why I think he got it. When he went up, he threw his left leg out toward the defender, and I think that's why Bill Simmons called it. Other than that, I think it would have been a blocking foul. I don't think it was anything intentional to hurt the defender. 3:09 left to play in the first half. And into the ball game to replace Basnight comes Clint Rosson. 38-24. Basnight in the ball game with 9 points. And walking the ball out of the backcourt now is the point guard, at least for right now, Carl Booby James. He looks for Rosson. He's got Basnight playing the post. Basnight's got the ball, dribble to the baseline, turn, holds it up, brings it out in front. Almost, it is knocked loose. Stolen by Gleaves. Here comes Augman. Wraparound pass underneath. Rosario scores. Oh, that was a nice pass, a dangerous pass. However, he was ahead of the defender and probably should have gone on himself. But he was afraid Augman at 6'8" would block it. Now it's 38-26. Big lead for UNLV. Out of front, Augman's got it. Bounce pass in low to Robinson. Cross court to Rosson. A two-pointer from 20. No good. The rebound is off and taken by Augman. He's an all-around player. Underneath, throw it up. No. Tipped by Robinson. No. Tipped underneath by Basnight. No. And it comes out in front to Rosson. Reset to 45. Now Booby James. Booby James on the simulcast. Looking and bouncing the ball over to Augman. Augman takes it in low to Basnight. Basnight back. That's his 6 point. 40-26. He's going to be something real special, like he was at John Muir High in Pasadena. He's going to be something real special here, too, at UNLV. Now a foul, a play away from the ball, and the foul is going to be called against number 15, I would think, Minifield. Therefore, for Stacy Augman, 19-year-old freshman. His family lives in Pasadena. I said, they ever come up and see a play? He said, oh, yeah. He's a very quiet kid. But we'll talk to him on the wrap-up show on KROL radio right after the game. I'd like you to meet these new guys. Turnovers, well, both clubs getting their share. Pacific's had 14 and the UNLV 11, and we thank Denny McGarvey for that fact. Last time we were here to do a game, Denny was snowed in somewhere. I think Alaska. The free throw is no good by Augman, didn't earn the bonus, and the rebound is often taken by the guard, Rosson. Out of front once more to Booby James. Booby's played a lot of minutes in this half. Now to Augman, who was not a starter. Into Basnight, who was. Basnight fakes to his left, comes back, throws it up, no good, but he was knocked down by Hemseth. And Basnight will shoot a couple. He'll get a lot of consideration in the NBA draft this year, too. He's 6'8", 200-pounder. Got some good moves around the basket. Strong kid. He's developed a lot. Plays under much more control than he did, say, even a year ago. He's from Detroit, Michigan. In 74 games starting this year here, he had a 6-point average. Last year in 38 games, he had a 9-point average. Best game he ever had was 25 points, 14 rebounds. Real good work habits, Basnight. The free throw by Basnight gives him 11 points and gives the Rebels their biggest lead of the ball game, 15. The free throw by Basnight is good, and it's 42-26. Remember, the Pacificans have lost 11 straight games, all 8 games in the conference. Now the ball out in front to Gleaves, but I think they're playing a nice little ball game here tonight. Here's the pass thrown away, intercepted. Barry threw it away. Basnight's got a dribble behind the back, coming underneath. Slam dunk! That excited him. Brilliant play. Hemsted's 20-footer. Nice shot the other way. And he was still celebrating Basnight and forgot to play defense. That was his man. That's a three-pointer, by the way. And it's 5 points for Hemsted. 44-29. Wasn't that some kind of a power slam? Here's a pass underneath. Slam dunk. Alley-oop. Stacy Augman from Booby James. Triple drive all the way. Barry. Throw it up in and out hard. Break the rebound to Robinson. It's getting wild. 48 seconds to play in the half. Good halftime guests for you on radio and television. Don't go away. 43 seconds left. And with the ball, Rosson. Rosson gives the ball to Basnight and over to the left side to Booby James. In low to Robinson. Turn, shoot. 10-footer, too long, but a foul. The foul is on first. That's 3 fouls on first. The West German lad. Nice move by Robinson. Just enough of a fake to get first a little bit out of line. After he made that gigantic slam dunk, it was funny the way the senior Basnight went down the floor, grinning and snapping his fingers and saying, hot diggity dog. All right, at the free throw line for 2 is Robinson. Richard, not a good free throw. That's nothing for 3 tonight. Isn't it funny? Some guys just can't get the rhythm on a free throw. He's 23 years old, so he's had enough time. The crowd sensing his poor free throwing, making some noise, and that bothers him too. I think big kids sometimes, Wilt Chamberlain for one, he was with the Lakers 5 years, they don't like to be out there alone in their underwear. He made a free throw and they give him a standing ovation. 47-29. Way to go, Robinson. Now Hemsworth with the ball. Hemsworth holds it up. Hemsworth gives the ball out in front to the new center in there, Don Little, just a freshman. Now to Barry, just a freshman. Bounce pass over the right side. They clear it off over there, and handling the ball is Gray. Dribble drive down the middle. Shoots an 8-footer, no good. Rebound is up. Nice play. Keith James has got the ball. He's looking for his brother Carl. Says, where are you, Carl, when I need you? Here's the pass way up in the front court. Rossum's 20-foot jumper. And a two-pointer. Two-pointer. At the buzzer. A two-pointer. 49-29 at UNLV. And it's no surprise, leading by 20 over Pacific. 49-29. Park puts on the coat, and he's going to talk to the team now. We'll be right back.
From Sam's Town with its authentic Western atmosphere to the Stardust Hotel and Casino on the fabulous Las Vegas Strip. From the friendly, newly remodeled Fremont Hotel and Casino to downtown's charming California Hotel, Casino, RV Park. We have the best Las Vegas has to offer. Discover the Boyd Group. We have a style all our own.
Rebelville is the place to be. Across the street from UNLV for all your Rebel novelties. Rebelville is the place to be.
Rebelville, your official UNLV team shop with Rebel hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, sweatbands, jerseys, keychains, lamps, ball shorts, bonus jewelry, and a whole lot more.
Here comes the Rebels with the talk attack. Run it and gun it at the Thomas and Mack.
Every day I'm trying harder. My goal is pleasing you.
When you rent a car from Avis, it comes with a lot of people who want to make sure you're satisfied. Reservation and counter people, mechanics, managers and maintenance people. They're Avis. You may not always see them, but they're there. Rent a Cadillac Seville from Avis for only $45 a day.
If you've thought about going, think about now. Because now, TWA's low fares make the Big Apple a temptation. Or explore the best of Boston, another great buy. Tour the nation's capital. Or feel free to see Philadelphia, birthplace of the Constitution. TWA has low fares to almost anywhere you've thought about going. Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
KPDU, TV5, Henderson, Las Vegas.
One of the highlights of the first half as the Rebels lead by 20 had to be that gigantic stuff by the big kid, Basnight. And he enjoyed it, I think, more than anybody here in the building. Took off, flew through the air for 12 feet, and put it home. And speaking about putting it home, Terry Richard, who is the general manager of the beautiful Aladdin Hotel here in Las Vegas, is our guest at halftime. And boy, there's a lot of new things over there. You oversee so many of them.
Yes, I'm pleased to have that privilege and responsibility.
It's practically a new organization, new management, new ownership, a new hotel in essence, because you spent about $30 million, didn't you?
Yes, sir. We didn't start from the ground up necessarily, but the hotel was purchased in 1986, and it took a full year to renovate it and come up with what is essentially a brand new hotel today.
How many rooms do you have, Mr. Richard?
There are approximately 1,100 rooms, including the suites that we have, and the facility is a full-service facility. There's 5 restaurants, a new international buffet, 3 swimming pools, there's tennis courts. We think we have everything, including convention space, to fully service each customer who comes aboard, as well as give them the individual attention that each customer deserves.
And one thing you didn't mention that you have, and I know you're so proud of, the Aladdin Theater for Performing Arts.
That's true. The theater is designed as one of the finest indoor theaters in the Southwest. It seats 700 and has excellent sight lines in all seats.
Some of the people that have performed at the hotel in recent months.
Well, we opened with the historic reunion of the Doobie Brothers. Since then, there's been Al Jarreau and Chaka Khan. There's been Manhattan Transfer, Fleetwood Mac, Tina Turner, just a host of excellent entertainers.
In addition to the Performing Arts Theater, you also got the Baghdad Room. You've had a great show in there. I understand that's going to change.
Yes. Oba Oba joined us when we opened the show in April of '86. They've run the course of their original contract, and they'll be leaving with us very soon and going to the Broadway.
Well, that ought to be a big plus for both you and them. In other words, you gave them the boost they needed, and they're going to get their shot.
Well, we'd like to think that it's a credit to the management to have selected such an outstanding show to come to Las Vegas, but it's certainly a credit to the cast to be the first show to ever go from Las Vegas to the Broadway.
Terry Richard is our guest. He is the general manager in charge of operations at the Aladdin Hotel, and you won't believe how beautiful it is until you see it in person. Will you stick around for a minute?
Surely.
Thank you. Terry Richard will be right back with me. At halftime, UNLV leads UOB 60, make it 49-29. Back in a minute.
Be part of all the exciting sports action year-round at the new Holiday Casino Sportsbook, a sports fan's paradise. Open 24 hours Friday and Saturday till 6 p.m. on Sunday, with convenient valet and self-parking. All your favorite sports and more live via satellite on 4 giant screens, 8 TVs in all. The Holiday Casino and Holiday Casino Sportsbook at the very heart of the Strip, where all the action is.
You don't pay retail prices at Nevada's largest selling discount jewelry store, The Jewelers. Men's Seiko watch with 14-karat solid gold nugget band retails at $1,500, now only $640.
If you find a lower price anywhere for the same quality merchandise, I'll refund double the difference to you in cash.
The best there is, The Jewelers.
The Jewelers, with 3 convenient locations.
The exuberance of a man's play is usually displayed by others than himself. Baz Knight likes to celebrate his own plays, and he makes a lot of good ones that deserve celebrating. Talking about celebrating, Terry Richard is with us from the Aladdin Hotel, the general manager. Now, we talked about the Performing Arts Theater that you have. What's going in there?
Well, we're very pleased with what the results have been from our original first 9 months of the theater. Starting March 6th, we have the rock group Yes appearing at the theater. Tickets are actually going on sale this coming Monday, and they're available through Ticketron, so that the California viewers will be interested in knowing that, I think.
And also, in the Baghdad room, don't you have Abracadabra coming in?
Yes, when Oba Oba leaves on March 5th, we'll have a time when the Baghdad will be renovated. Then we'll bring in a show called Abracadabra. It's a brand new show that's being created specifically for the Aladdin, and although the name connotates an illusion show, it's much more than that. It's a full-theme production show. And I think it's going to prove very interesting to the viewers. It's an excellent, excellent format.
I'm sure that Super Bowl Sunday, Super Bowl weekend, means a lot to the community, and particularly to the Aladdin.
Yes, it does. We're having special events at the Aladdin. Among those is a Super Bowl party. It's open to the general public, not
what does
just
that mean?
invited guests. Well, it'll be special large-screen TV viewing. There will be refreshments, gifts, and souvenirs handed out to all participants.
You must have a lot of fun in your job.
It is. It's very interesting. The challenge is the best part of it.
I have enjoyed talking to you, and I hope that you've enjoyed talking to me, and I want to get over and see that new hotel again. I went through it, and it's really something special. Thank you.
You're welcome anytime. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Terry Richard, General Manager, Aladdin Hotel. I'll be back with Dick Schultz, the new Executive Director of the NCAA, in a moment.
Welcome to the historical Boulder Dam Hotel. Since 1933, it's been offering quiet luxury to Southern Nevadans and dignitaries from around the world. And today you'll find the same nostalgic charm. A fantastic place to get away with cozy rooms from just $25. And experience our equally enchanting gourmet dining room featuring some creations found nowhere else. The historical Boulder Dam Hotel, nostalgic luxury from just $25 a night. For reservations, call 293-1808.
Right now, Domino's Pizza is dealing. And here's the deal. You can get 2 regular pizzas for $8.88. And Domino's Pizza delivers in less than 30 minutes. So discard this joker and be a winner. Get 2 regular pizzas for $8.88. But don't miss out. This deal ends soon. Call Domino's Pizza now.
Domino's Pizza is continuing this doubly delightful deal through February 28th. No coupon necessary. Just mention when ordering. Not valid with any other offer.
Hi, I'm Greg Anthony, a political science major here at UNLV. I grew up in Las Vegas, and I love the community, and I'm especially proud to be a part of the basketball program. It's not easy playing on a nationally ranked team and keeping up with your studies, but with the right supporting cast and with people who care about you as an individual, it can be accomplished. Next year, I'll be working to become an All-American, not only on the court, but in the classroom as well, and hopefully I can become a senator for the state of Nevada.
Booby James did a pretty good job as the point guard and got a good pass to Patio for 2 of Patio's 5 points as the Rebels go out to a 49-29 lead. I'm thrilled to death to renew acquaintances with an old friend, Dick Schultz, now the executive director of the NCAA, succeeding Walter Byers, who had the job for 36 years. And unlike Walter, you're making a lot of personal appearances.
Well, I think it's important, Chick. You know, times change. And interestingly enough, even though Walter didn't feel comfortable doing it, he has encouraged me as much as anyone to get out. It's the right time to be doing it.
Now, you call the outreach program. What does that mean?
Well, it's getting out, visiting with the members, finding out what their concerns are, what their interests are, what we can do to help them. Because really, our association is such that we work for the members. And we need to improve our image as an organization. At the same time, we need to improve the image of intercollegiate athletics.
Now, if you're wondering what qualifies him, he was a basketball coach at Iowa. He was baseball coach at Iowa. 5 years AD at Cornell, and the last 5 years, the athletic director at the University of Virginia. What experience!
Well, you might say I've covered all the bases, so it's been fun, and I feel like I do have a background. And the interesting thing of it is, Chick, I coached for 25 years, and been an athletic director for about 12 now. And all the people that are out here, the coaches I know, I've coached against them, the athletic directors I've worked with. So it's like renewing acquaintances. So I think that helps the confidence level between both because they view me as one of them. And I think this will give me an opportunity to really get some things done that we need to get done.
Now, I know darn well that this building, other buildings that are comparable around the country, all want a part of the NCAA tournament. Would there be a chance for Las Vegas to have it?
Well, I think there's always a chance. It's a fine facility. The big drawback, of course, is a strong gambling interest. But that doesn't have anything to do with UNLV. But it all depends on what happens with the anti-gambling laws and so forth. But there's always a chance because it is an excellent facility. It's a great city for basketball.
What do you think is of topmost importance as you take over the role?
I think the first thing I want to do is to really change the perceptions about intercollegiate athletics. And I think because so much is positive about it, but we get caught up in this broad brush theory. One athlete has a problem, one school has a problem, one coach has a problem. So people feel that everything in intercollegiate athletics is bad when most of it is good. So we need to deal with that first. We need to deal with the integrity issue, which I think we can solve along with the perceptions.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Great to see you.
Thank you, sir. Dick Schultz, ladies and gentlemen, the executive director of the NCAA, the National Collegiate Athletic Association. If you think this isn't a big job, it is really, and he is the man that's perfect for it. We'll be back with more in a minute.
During the golden age of Rome, Caesar treated his guests to magical evenings. 2,000 years later, he still does. Caesar's Palace. Relive the legend.
You don't pay retail prices at Nevada's largest selling discount jewelry store, The Jewelers. 14-karat gold love knot earrings retail $45, now $14.99.
If you find a lower price anywhere for the same quality merchandise, I'll refund double the difference to you in cash.
The best there is, the Jewelers.
The Jewelers, with 3 convenient locations.
If you've thought about Europe, think about now. Because now TWA lets you enjoy England for a price that's simply smashing. Say bonjour to the unforgettable culture and cuisine of France. Or come to Italy, country of romance and history. Wherever you land, TWA gives you full 50% discounts on great restaurants, hotels, and more. So think about now. Think about today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
Jerry Tarkanian, wow, 3 undefeated PC2A seasons, 4 times PC2A Coach of the Year, a 10-year PC2A regular season record of 127-11. Unbelievable. Vic Damone is here tonight with his beautiful wife, Diane Carroll. They just got happiness all across their face. Great to see. Here we go, 49-29, and Kyle James has the ball. Kyle with the ball in the attacking 47 feet of this 94 by 50 Hunkerwood. Bounce in low, under the basket trying to shoot it, and we've got a foul called, player control foul, I believe. Augman charging. That's exactly what they're going to call player control on Augman. A 20-point lead for UNLV. They've made 5 three-pointers tonight. They're starting Patio Augman, Booby James, Todd, and Rossman. Now, Hemseth starting along with Rosario, and he gives the ball to Rosario. Rosario looks over to Gleaves, can't get at him. He gives the other guard, Gray. Gray looks into the postman first. Out in front it comes, 30 feet straight out to Cleaves, and Cleaves to Rosario. In low to Hemseth. He wants to put it up. He's double-teamed. They knock it loose. They steal the ball. The good double-team by Rossum. That's good double-team basketball. Now Rossum takes the ball over. That's a pass out in front, coming from Patio to Rossum. He fires and gets a 3. That's 6. 52-29 the score, and here's Gray with the ball in the front court. They need 12 more to break the NCAA record. The ball thrown out of bounds. Hemseth, a freshman, must have thought that his center was going to move. If he did, it was a bad thought. All right, here we go with Carl James, handling the ball in the attacking zone. James looks and bounces the ball over to Patio. In low, turnaround jumper, thrown up and in by Augman, left hand. Now it's 54-29, and the ball in the front court to First. First holding it up. The big center at 7 feet. He's from West Germany. Long way from home, isn't he? There's no night flights over there. Here's the ball out to the forward horizon. Rosario throws it away to Augman for the slam dunk. He's going to be our guest in KROL, and our engineer, Mitch Halpern's getting a new headset ready for him. 56-29. Fine technician. Mitch Halpern. Gleaves with the ball in the front court. 56-29, pass under to First. Pump fake, that's a good play, and he missed the layup. Gets it back, puts it up, scores it. Sophomore. And it's 56-31. That's his first field goal of the game, his 3rd point. Kyle James has the ball in the attacking zone. Kyle James, number 24 in that white uniform in the simulcast, out in front to Rossum, who traveled. It was a bad pass, that's why he traveled. He had already planted his pivot foot, and the pass was awry. And from the distance it had to travel, it was just a bad pass by Booby James. So the turnover, and here's Rosario with the ball. Rosario brings it out in front, clearing to Christian Gray, the Oakland, California lad. Bounce pass in low. Pass on a give and go underneath, and the shot is blocked by Patio. Good defensive play, blocking the shot of Gleaves. The basketball game starts out for the great teams with defense. James holds it up. James bounced the ball in low. Handling it in there is Augman. Down the middle, he makes a bad pass. The freshman tries to get it back and does. Goes to the dribble, but might have traveled. Let's see. Double dribble, they call. Same difference. Out of bounds. They said that he hit the ball simultaneously with both hands. You can't do that. Chick Hearn with you from Thomas and Mack Center. Nothing prettier than this. Just lovely. And another capacity crowd, despite the fact the fans knew that this club had lost 11 straight games. Now Rosario with the ball. Rosario lobs it under the First. He couldn't turn. His footwork wasn't good on the play. He should have been able to pivot and catch that ball, but he couldn't that time. His legs got entwined. 56-31 is the score, and coming with the ball is Carl James, slowly, methodically. You know darn well Tark doesn't want to rub it in on these guys, but you know, too, that the players out there are going to keep working as hard as they can. Todd comes underneath, puts it up to be fouled by Hemseth. Todd from Long Beach, and I can't get over him transferring after 3 years at Lamar. But he did, and Tark loves it. He can play power forward, or he can play the center position. He started at center tonight. How big is he? 6'9", 230. Redshirted last year. As a junior at Lamar, he was 12 points and 6 rebounds. Little comes in, 6'9", 220. Colusa, California freshman, and he replaces First. So they got a freshman and a sophomore alternating at center. The new coach, Dennis Willen, succeeding Tom O'Neill, who resigned earlier this week after 5.5 years as the head man. Todd makes 2 free throws, and it's 58-31. That's the first points of the ball game for Todd. Full court pressure, but they get the ball in, and they break the pressure with a pass coming over to Rosario from Gray. Rosario had a good first half. He had a total of 15 points. Now the ball to Cleaves, baseline to Rosario. He's got 17 with a 12-foot jumper. He's a pretty smooth kid. They list him at 6'5". He doesn't look that big. 185, that sounds about right. Now out in front, the ball given to Patio. Patio's hit hard and fouled. Ball will go out of bounds. Foul is on number 4, and that's James Gleaves of Benicia, California, a senior. 3 fouls on him. He came out slashing at the ball and got the man pretty good. Boom, baby, foul. He thought it was a bass drum. 16:38 to play in the contest. The inbound pass into the corner to baseline. Bounce now in low to the postman. Augman makes a good pass out to Carl James. Booby's three-pointer. No good. The rebound is off to Rosario. He accidentally hits Rossum under the chin with an elbow. Rosario in the front court at the three-point line to Gray. Gray looks, still looking, lob underneath, and trying to turn to get the pass is Little. That's the same play that First fouled up on a minute ago. They're playing, but here's the dribble drive all the way in, or laying it up and in is Booby James. Their centers are being fronted, and the lob pass over is just not being handled in there. There's 2 passes in a row the center should have handled for UOP. That's the sign of youngsters. Little is an outstanding player. Pass underneath to Little, he drops the ball. It fell into the hands of Augman. Here they come 3-on-2. Left side to Carl James, back to Augman, all the way under. Bank of 3, no. Rebound Augman on the way, yes. That's a good second effort. Sometimes kids will miss the first one, put their head down and pout. Not him. He went right back to work. Nice play. Stacy Augman, our post-game guest. Here's a ball, knocked away and out of bounds, and a hustle play by Patio, who's lucky he didn't receive for his 4th foul. Keith James comes in now, and timeout is called. UNLV brings Keith James into the contest. We'll be back with UNLV leading 62-33 in a minute.
If you love to see something different, then don't miss Nevada Dance Theater's program of 4 entertainingly different contemporary ballets. Catch the carefree spirit of 3 Greek songs. Feel the soul-searching of Los Niños, the childhood delights of Peter and the Wolf, and the charm of Catfish Row. February 4th to 7th at UNLV's Judy Bailey Theater. Definitely a program with something different. For information, 739-0816.
My goal is pleasing you.
When you rent a car from Avis, it comes with a lot of people who want to make sure you're satisfied. Reservation and counter people, mechanics, managers and maintenance people. They're Avis. You may not always see them, but they're there. Rent a Cadillac Seville from Avis for only $45 a day.
Where Fremont Street ends, the excitement begins. Uptown at the Union Plaza.
For the ultimate in fine food and service, dine under the dome in the Union Plaza's world-famous Center Stage restaurant and piano bar. The Center Stage, where you'll enjoy the best prime rib and seafood anywhere, and thrill to a breathtaking view. Plenty of free parking, too.
The Union Plaza in Las Vegas, where you can live it up in oh so many ways.
Live it up.
Pacific in the ball game has made 12 of 34 shots, 35%. They've had 19 rebounds. UNLV's had 29 rebounds, made 24 of 46. That's 52%. 15 assists for UNLV. 19 turnovers for Pacific and 14 for UNLV to this point. 19's too many. 14's a lot. 62-33 is the score. The University of the Pacific trails it. Little's got the ball, goes to dribble in the air. The freshman bank shot is good. That's a nice play. 6'9", 220. 21 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 blocks. That's what he averaged last year, his senior year at Colusa, California. Now we get a whistle down the floor, and the foul is called against Pacific. It's called on Minifield. 62-35 the score. Let me change that call for you and give the foul to Little. Here's Booby James, shoots and fires for a two-pointer, no good. The rebound is knocked away and out of bounds, I believe, by Keith James. Nope, the last touch was by Rosario. There's one of the sharks that float around here in the Shark Tank. It says up above, welcome to Tark's Shark Tank. All right, James with the ball. Tark's got a nice clothing store and a gift store out in the beautiful refurbished airport shops. All right, here's the ball over to James. It brings to Brother Keith. Now to Patio. Patio out of front once more to Carl James. Carl gives it back to the far side to Keith. Down the middle, Augman. 10-footer short. Good defensive play, and the defensive play was made by Little. The ball is stolen by Booby James. And Booby James for the running Rebels. They lead it by 27 points. And here's the ball over the left side, cleared off to Patio. Patio's dribble driving underneath. Put it up, rejected by the freshman Little. Nice block shot. Really good. He sent it back with a stamp on it. 62-35, and here's a jump shot put up and in by Gray from 18. 62-37 is the score. The running Rebels are 19-1 for all intents and purposes. 18-1 came into this ball game. I think they'll go up in the rankings to about number 2 this week. I really do, with what happened over the weekend to other rated clubs. Patio's got it over to Keith James. He sets and fires for 3. Didn't make it. The rebound is off to Augman. That kid is everywhere. Those long arms and legs. Cross-court pass to Booby James. Pass underneath to Brother. He gives to Todd. Todd scores! Oh, that's a brilliant pass by Keith James. Nothing better could describe it than those words. A brilliant pass. 64-37. UNLV. And the ball comes over to Pacific. Gray brings it out in front to Rosario. He gets a 3-pointer. Good thing they brought him. He's got 20 of their 40. Bus would have been empty without him. Carl James has got the ball. Bounces it to Augman. Left-hand 17-footer too long. Rebound is off. Rosario volleyballs it out of bounds to the UNLV running Rebels. The Rebels have won 2 games this year by more than 50 points. Both of them over in Hawaii. And I'll have to admit the competition wasn't very good. But they won them by over 50. They're not going to win this one by over 50, I don't think. The referee you're looking at is Ben Pope if you're watching TV in the simulcast. Ball is brought in and run brought out in front to Carl James. Pass underneath. Great pass, and Todd couldn't handle him. Right through his hands and out of bounds. It was a little swift, but he should have caught it. 64-40. Coming down the floor, Todd says to Booby James, hey, nice pass, fella. I'm sorry. You should have had an assist, and I should have had a basket. Minifield with the ball. Boston Celtics got a great player the other day named Minifield, and he's really helping him out in the backcourt. He was cut by Houston earlier. Ball knocked into the backcourt by James, legally retrieved by Rosario. At the baseline, they give the ball to Gray. He shoots a 10-footer, off the dribble and scores. I want to say this about the coach, Dennis Willens, and his assistants, and, of course, about the players for UOP. They're just outclassed. Lob underneath, put it up, no good in the alley-oop. Keith James couldn't get a hand on it, gets it back, throws it up and in. Nice play. But the better material is in UNLV's front and back court. Here's the ball stolen. UNLV has got it. Augman gives the ball to Carl James for the slam. But boy, these Pacific kids are playing just with heart and courage and a lot of skills. They're a young team, and I think their program's coming around with guys like Barry, who hooks in about a 10-footer on the dribble. Rick Barry's son, John, 68-44. Baseline pass to Patio. A 2-point shot on the way good. He caught the far side of the rim, and it came back in for him. Patio, 7 points, 5 in the first half. He was in foul trouble. Gray down the middle. Pass intended for Little. And Little made a bad mistake. There's the play I was talking about in the first half. The ball was deflected, and he thought for sure it was going out of bounds to their team, and he didn't go after it. And UNLV did. No basket. Traveling's going to be called. Traveling. As UNLV scored a no-count basket. But at the other end, Little, the freshman, didn't go after a ball that had been deflected. UNLV went and got it and darn near got a hoop out of it. And Tark says, hey, All right, 70 to 44 the score, UNLV. Hart showing the referee what sign to give for a three-point. Back in a minute.
You don't pay retail prices at Nevada's largest selling discount jewelry store, The Jewelers. Men's Seiko watch with 14-karat solid gold nugget band retails at $1,500, now only $640.
If you find a lower price anywhere for the same quality merchandise, I'll refund double the difference to you in cash.
The best there is, The Jewelers.
The Jewelers, with 3 convenient locations.
It's not Jamaica. It's not Tahiti. And it's certainly not Mazatlan. It's Las Vegas, man. The Tropicana Resort and Casino. The Players' Paradise. Come play on the island.
If you've thought about going, think about now. Because now, TWA's low fares make the Big Apple a temptation. Or explore the best of Boston, another great buy. Tour the nation's capital. Or feel free to see Philadelphia, birthplace of the Constitution. TWA has low fares to almost anywhere you've thought about going. Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
A true hero knows how to crack the right military secrets.
How many more bars of gold like this do you have in that convoy? 14,000 bars.
There's $16 million worth of gold in that bank, sweetheart.
Did he forget to tell us behind enemy lines? Could be the perfect crime.
Clint Eastwood, Telly Savalas, Don Rickles, Carol O'Connor, and Donald Sutherland. A special feature presentation, Kelly's Heroes.
A TV5 movie special, Tuesday evening at 8 p.m.
On the last play, a pass was intended for Little, the center. It was deflected and knocked to the baseline. Little didn't go after it. Hustle play UNLV. Saved the ball. They got a chance for the fast break. They'll start down the floor. Booby James had the ball, dribbled behind the back, and he went across the 10-second line, and he found Augman. Gave it to him, but he traveled. No basket. But I'll say it was a hustle play by UNLV, and Little probably learned a lesson. Here's the ball to the baseline to Embick. His 18-foot jumper no good. Embick gets it back, shoots a 12-footer. That's no good. Rebound underneath to Minifield, and we got a foul called against UNLV. That's only their second team foul. The ball goes out of bounds. It was on Richard Robinson, 0-0. 70 to 44 is the score. Now Bill Simmons, one of the 3 referees, comes in and talks to the men that are pushing a little bit along the restraining line. They're trying to set up a screen. Coming behind it is Embick. Embick's got the ball. Looks out in front, gives to Rosario. Rosario has had a real good ball game with 20 points. Rosario from the Dominican Republic. Over to the left side to Berry. Berry, 16-foot jumper on the way, no. Tipped up by Minifield, no. And the rebound is off and grabbed by Augman. Boy, he's tough. He's got 14 points tonight. Down the middle, bounce pass, no look pass. Takes it over the right side from Carl James to Keith James, and he missed a shot. And here comes Berry. Berry out of the backcourt. Lob underneath. Pretty good pass. Rosario's got it. Put it up short because it was defensed nicely by Robinson. Hey, I like the looks of this young Berry. Just a freshman at 6'3", Rick's son. Now Rosson, dribbling at the three-point line. Takes the ball over the right side, clears Keith James. Into the post to Augman. Augman playing the post now. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound to Robinson. Keith James missed the 3. Robinson's shot is no good. He was fouled before the shot. That's the 4th team foul. Ball comes out of bounds. Nice hustle by Robinson on this rebound. The crowd yelling because the youngster that they love from Simi Valley, a freshman, Travis Bice, 6'4", number 13 is coming in. Doesn't he look like a freshman in high school? He's a freshman at UNLV. They love him here. He makes a basket. Thomas and Mack will get a 3rd name. Here's the ball out in front to Bice. Bice gives the ball to Keith James. Into the post they go to Robinson. Stolen. Here comes Berry. John Berry ahead of the pack so far. And he goes all the way to score it. Keith James wisely didn't foul him. Not when you got about a 28-point lead. All right, here we go down the floor. Keith James has the ball. 70 to 46 UNLV. Bounce over to Bice. That's a three. It didn't go. They had to build a new building. He makes that. The rebound is off and it's taken by Augman to Bice. Bice to Rossum. His three. That's good. That's 7 3-pointers for UNLV. 23 in their last 2 games. 73-46. Bounce back door. Nice pass to Rosario, and he hooks it up and in. Rosario's not a bad basketball player, fans. I want to tell you. 73-48. Bounce pass front court to Bice. He fires it for 2. In and out. No hard for a rake. It went around like a motorcycle in a motordrome. And here's the ball in the front court to Barry. Bounce pass underneath. What a pass! And scoring on the play is Rosario. Oh, I like that young Barry kid. Rick's been teaching him something, I'll tell you that. Barry went to high school at Concord, De La Salle High, and he was the most valuable player in the league. Rossum takes it in low. Robinson's got it. Turn, shoot, 8-foot jumper, no. Nice rebound by Little, the freshman. And Little gives the ball to another freshman, Barry. Barry in the front court. If you're having a season as bad as they're having, you might as well play the youngsters. Get used to them. And in the years to come, they'll pay big dividends. Timeout is called. 73-50 the score. Back in a minute.
The restaurant the whole world is talking about is Piero's.
You know those good times, they keep rolling on. At the showboat, they keep rolling on. The showboat, that's where you belong in Las Vegas. The showboat. Come on along to where the fun goes on and on. Good times are rolling at the showboat. The showboat.
You don't pay retail prices at Nevada's largest selling discount jewelry store, The Jewelers. 14-karat gold love knot earrings retail $45, now $14.99.
If you find a lower price anywhere for the same quality merchandise, I'll refund double the difference to you in cash.
The best there is, The Jewelers.
The Jewelers, with 3 convenient locations.
Rebelville is the place to be. Across the street from UNLV. For all your Rebel novelties, Rebelville is the place to be.
Rebelville, your official UNLV team shop with Rebel hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, sweatbands, jerseys, keychains, lamps, ball shorts, polo jewelry, and a whole lot more.
Here comes the Rebel with the talk attack. Running and gunning at the Thomas and Mack.
KBDU, TV5, Henderson, Las Vegas.
6'4" Travis Bice, Simi Valley, California. All Ventura County, all league. 3 letters in basketball and track. They also call him Ice. So they got 2 Icemen on the team, Augman and Bice. On a fast break, if I try to say Ice Bice, I'm in trouble. Nice pass from Ice Bice. Channing goes up. Let's hear it for Bice. All right. With the ball, Danny Embeck. 73-50 the score. And here is a foul on Bice. He pushed off. As he made his play to go get the ball, that little kid pushed off. Got his hand caught in the cookie jar. Now for Ice Bice, that's Bice. .907 left to play. In the ball game. Inbound pass, knocked out of bounds by Bice. That's nice, Ice Bice, no Vice. Embeek brings the ball in. And the ball thrown away by Barry. Good play defensively, however, by Robinson, stepping in front of the intended Little. Keith James has the ball. He brings it up to Vice. In low, it goes to Robinson. Robinson against Little, number 41. Turn, shoot, and that's a good-looking shot. Made it perfect arch on the ball. 75-50. Long pass goes the other way. And here with the ball knocked loose, free ball. Who's going to get it? It's rolling on the floor, taking on the floor, throwing it down the floor. It's to Rossum for Pete James, and it was saved by Augman to start it all. Boy, that was some pass by Augman. I'll have to ask him about that when Mitch has him on the wrap-up show. Here we go with Lasher just in the ball game. Barry's three-pointer no good. The rebound is off. The ball's on the floor, and who do you think got it? Augman. He's a mole. The ball over to Bice. Bice stops. Three-point country, and the ball is stolen. Nice play by Barry. Barry looks good, but there's a whistle at the other end. No basket. UNLV this year is averaging 89 points a game. The opponent 66, so they're outscoring everybody by an average of 27 a game, huh? That's a lot. Pacific averaging 77 points. The opponent's 84, so that's a -7. And that represents their record. 11 straight losses, 8 in the conference. Into the ball game for the first time tonight, we've got Lasher, Sean Lasher, number 12. Ball bounced in low to Minifield. A hook shot of 6, no good. The rebound is off, and it's taken by Augman. That's not Augman, excuse me. New player in there for the running Rebels. And down the floor with the ball, it goes to Jeter at the baseline. Jeter about in front to Bice. Back in low. And a jump shot at the baseline, blocked nicely by Little. Taken by Minifield. The outlet pass is going to be run down by Barry. Barry coming in deep, stops. Bank shot over Bice. In and out. That's too bad, they say. And the rebound is off. And I can certainly feel for the kid on that one. He took his time and made a good-looking shot. Ball bounced over the right side, cleared to Bice. Somebody hollers, shoot, shoot. Bice said, I will, but Tarko jerked me out. Ball in low. Shot no good by Robinson. Rebound is off and it's taken by Little. Little's first name is Don, if you see him on the street after the game. Lasher with the ball to the front court to Barry. 77-50. 7 minutes and 5 seconds of play. Little jump shot blocked by Robinson. Falls in the hands of underneath, and putting it up and in on the second effort is Embick. Embick kept the ball alive to himself. 77-52. Keith James with the ball, and the ball goes over the right side to Clint Rossum. Here's Bice. Three-pointer. Not close. Close the windows. The wind blew it. The rebound is off, and it's grabbed in there and fed down the floor. And now got all the way to Barry, and Barry's got some of his dad's tricks in his sleeve, I can tell you that. As he drove along the base, there was a foul called against the running Rebels, and it's called on Travis Bice. Bice will reach in about there, and boom, hit him pretty hard. That's his third foul and limited playing time. The James brothers exchange slots. One goes to the bench, the other comes to the floor. The guy coming to the floor is number 24, Booby James. In for the first time tonight, a senior from the Dominican Republic for UOP, number 5, Roberto Modesto. He's never lived up to the kind of play that they thought he would produce when he came there. Tom O'Neill thought he could be a real outstanding player. Never has been. Pass under the Little. He puts it up and blows the layup. The rebound is off and taken by Robinson. 6:35 to play to Bice. Bice in the front court. Nice pass underneath. Slam dunk attempt. No good. The rebound bounces long. And it comes out in front. And it's taken out there by Rossum. The slam dunk was missed by Jeter. Here's the ball thrown away. And coming down the floor and dribbling behind the back. And sliding into third base safely. Modesto's got the ball underneath the Minifield. And it was Embick that slid into third and made the pass. 77-54, give Minifield a hoop. The running Rebels with the ball in the lead on the simulcast. And James goes over in front of the UNLV bench. Booby James out in front to Bice. Bice's first name is Travis. Now Rossum takes the ball in low to Robinson. Down the middle, right-hand hook of 5, no good, too bad. Rebound is off to Little, and Little gives the ball to number 12, Lasher. Lasher in the front court. Now at the baseline, Modesto tries a 17-footer, no good. Rebounds his own missed shot and knocks it out of bounds accidentally. So the running Rebels now will attack once again. They've got 77 points. As I told you, they average 89 per game this year in a record of 18-1. And for the third straight year, they've opened the season 18-1. I think that's hard to believe, but true. Robinson dribble drive. Robinson underneath puts it up. No good, but there was a foul on the play as he dribbled. That's a 16 foul, and this one is called against Little. Ball out of bounds. Robinson's a little bit more mobile tonight than he has been at times this year. That was a pretty good move in the leg foul by Little. Little is out of the ball game with his 5th foul. And he's replaced by Holger First, who started the ball game. Little's not a bad-looking freshman. He's 6'9", 220. He'll put on some weight. He might grow a little bit more. He's only 18 years old. out of Colusa, California. I don't know where that is, do you? C-O-L-U-S-A. All right, the ball is brought in to Robinson. Robinson out in front to Carl James. Carl James with 5.5 left to play. Looks and bounces the ball in to Robinson. Back to Carl James for a three-pointer. That's it. 8 tonight. 80-54, 5:15 to play. And Sean Lasher with it. Sean is from Brentwood, California. I want to tell you a story about him. Pass given back to Lasher from first, and there's a foul on the pass. Now, 2 kids on the team from Pacific. Mike Miller of Brentwood, California, and Sean Lasher of Brentwood, California. Lovely area in the Los Angeles area. And Jerry Miller is the dad of Mike Miller, and Jerry Miller is an assistant coach on UOP. Pass underneath to Emick. Basket counts. Would have been goaltending had it not gone. It went in anyway. Basket is good. Give Emick the foul, Emick. What I wanted to tell you was these 2 kids that live in Brentwood went to a school called Liberty Union High. It's up 40 miles or so out of Stockton. And they had great success up there. And I know their families down in Brentwood are happy to know that they're up here and doing well. The reason Mike Miller hasn't played, he's coming off an injury. He might get in a little bit tonight. In fact, it looks like they might be getting him up over there now. Foul is called against Pacific, and that means free throws. Robinson, the foul. I think I said it was called against Pacific. I meant Pacific could go to the line. Yeah, here comes number 33 in the ballgame now. This is Mike Miller, redshirted last year. Went to junior college in southern Idaho. He and Lasher have been together all the time. They both went to Liberty Union High School and both went to College of Southern Idaho, junior college champions. The free throw by first is no good, so no bonus. Here's the ball rebounded and thrown away by UNLV, and Lasher's got the ball. And Lasher holds it up, gives underneath the first. That's a good pass, and first is fouled in the act of shooting by Jeter. Chris Jeter gets the foul. Wasn't much to the play. Jeter just got there a little bit late and fouled him. First missed a free throw a second ago. Now he's going to try to make one and earn a bonus. The amazing thing to me here at UNLV is the people stay and stay and stay. Oh, some are leaving, of course. He scores a 24-point spread. It was 20 at the half. The free throw is no good, but since it's a 2-shot foul this time, he'll get another. 4:36 left to play. The free throw is good by first. Pacific has made 9 of 12 free throws. The Rebels 8 of 13. Carl James takes the ball over to Bice. Bice the dribble. Ball knocked away. Nice play from behind by Modesto. Knocks the ball out of bounds. He, like Rosario from the Dominican Republic. Out of the ball game now goes Modesto. And the ball is brought into Carl James. Back to the contest for UOP is Barry. Carl James dribbles down the middle, shoots a forced shot from the free throw line, and it bounced in for him. The man played him tough on defense, and the shot was forced, but that's 16 points for Carl James. Cross-court pass goes right through the hands of Miller and out of bounds. Thrown nicely by Barry. Barry's got a lot of skills. He's going to be a good one. Too bad he's not as big as his daddy, who was 6'8". He's only 6'3". 82-57. Carl James with the ball, 4 minutes to play, UNLV. Now the ball to Robinson. Robinson turn, hang, 10-foot jumper. Nice shot. Good poise. That's his 5th point. Carl James coming down the floor. And the ball down the middle, given to Emdick at the free throw line, and he makes a shot. Nice shot. Emdick. Carl James' best game this year, 20 points. He's got 16. This is his first year with the Running Rebels, his brother's first year also. 2 good transfers out of the Dunbar program in Baltimore. Bounce pass in low to Robinson, hang again, 8-footer, that's good again. His form in the last 2 shots about as well as I've ever seen him have, turning around at the post position. That's 7 points for him, and it's 86-59. Down the middle, Embick lays it up underneath, no good, but a foul by Robinson. Well, these kids from the Pacific, they get my applause, the way they're hanging in there and trying to salvage just a glimmer of hope out of the rest of the season and think ahead to the years to come. They're young. And, of course, the Running Rebels, they got to think about winning the PC2A, tournament. about their representation in the NCAA. They were a Final Four team last year. No one gave them a chance to be this good this year. No one. And boy, they have been a bunch of gutty guys. They're playing it loose and free, and they have done a job. Both free throws are good by Emlich. 86-61 the score. We'll be back with more in a minute.
Where Fremont Street ends, the excitement begins. Uptown at the Union Plaza. The Union Plaza in Las Vegas, where you can live it up in oh so many ways.
Right now, Domino's Pizza is dealing. And here's the deal. You can get 2 regular pizzas for $8.88. And Domino's Pizza delivers in less than 30 minutes. So discard this joker and be a winner. Get 2 regular pizzas for $8.88. But don't miss out. This deal ends soon. Call Domino's Pizza now.
Domino's Pizza is continuing this doubly delightful deal through February 28th. No coupon necessary. Just mention when ordering. Not valid with any other offer.
Welcome to the historical Boulder Dam Hotel. Since 1933, it's been offering quiet luxury to Southern Nevadans and dignitaries from around the world. And today you'll find the same nostalgic charm. A fantastic place to get away with cozy rooms from just $25. And experience our equally enchanting gourmet dining room, featuring some creations found nowhere else. The historical Boulder Dam Hotel. Nostalgic luxury from just $25 a night. For reservations, call 293-1808.
We're pulling the trigger this Wednesday, February 3rd. It's hot. It's controversial. The newest paper to hit town, the Las Vegas Bullet, taking aim with the truth. Published by Bob Stupak. It'll be the talk of the town. Don't miss it as the truth unfolds before your eyes. Subscribe now. 1 full year for just $12.50. Less than half the cover cost. Call 388-1075 now. Also available at hundreds of stands and locations around town. We're taking aim with the truth. The Las Vegas Bullet.
John Smith is in the ball game for the Rebels, and the freshman from Riverside, California, will get the inbound pass, and here he comes with the ball. He's the point guard now, as 17,853 attended tonight's ball game. What a turnout in Las Vegas. This figured to be a lopsided game, and it has been, but it's been interesting. Much more interesting than most people thought it would be. Smith's got the ball. Smith looking inside. Smith tries to get the ball into Robinson and does. He's 17 feet to right of the goal. Out to Jeter. One bounce dribble, 15-footer. Counts. It's good. He's fouled. The foul is by number 33, Mike Miller. Nice shot by Jeter. Good concentration once he got in the air. Nothing going to disturb him. And he put it in. 88-61, and if he makes this, the Rebels will have their season average of 89. 2:49 left to play. The free throw is no good. The rebound is off and is grabbed by UOP. Here comes John Berry with the ball. Berry, number 20 in the black uniform, snaps the ball over in front of the bench to the Pacific's Miller. Down the middle of the free throw line to Embick. His 15-footer good. Nice shot. Good pass by Miller. Mike Miller, Brentwood, California. And here we go the other way with Riverside's John Smith. He went to, here's a jump shot for 3 by Bice. No good. The rebound is off to first. Smith from John North High School. Riverside is a walk-on with the Rebels. Berry down the middle. Feeds the ball to Miller. His 8-foot jumper's an air ball. Ball off to Berry in the rebound, and he's fouled hard and knocked rolling on the rebound. And his coach, I like that. His coach, Dennis Willens, is up applauding that effort. This kid's going to be a player, young Berry. He's a good passer, good dribbler. And he's got a nose for the ball, and he's tough. That makes you pretty good. He got hit hard on this play. Watch him fly out there. Okay, Berry for 2. The free throw is good. Berry's got 7 points. He started 15 of 19 games this year. He did not start tonight. He became a starter the 3rd game of the season when things started to go bad, and Tom O'Neill got him in there. 88-65. As the second free throw is good also. Smith has the ball. Smith dribbling outside. The Riverside lad takes it in to Granada Hills star of yesteryear, Kennedy High, and the ball to Robinson, and he hits a 12-footer. Robinson has made 4 of his last 6 shots, and all of them look very good. 90-65. Berry at the baseline. Good pass. And the shot put up by Sean Lasher. No good. The rebound is off, and here we go. Handing the ball is Jeter. He's in the right wing. Should have given up to the middle man, but he didn't. So Bice goes out to the outside, gets the pass, and scores! Bice, a 2-pointer. Now they're happy. Now they can go home. Here's a jump shot outside from the other side by Miller. No good. The rebound is off, and Jeter's got it. Here comes Rossum. Right side pass to Smith. Smith behind the board. Reaches out. Throws the ball away, and Barry's got the ball. UOP with 1:18 left to play. The running Rebels now with a record of 19-1, including tonight. Pass comes over here to the right side to Lasher. Back to Miller. They've been teammates in high school and junior college. Shot no good by Miller from 15. The rebound to Smith. Smith front court. He's going the distance to knock a guy down. Player control foul. Easy to call. Call that with Braille. That's playing out of control. So the ball out of bounds, baseline backcourt to the University of the Pacific. 1:03 to play. Chick Hearn with you. Don't forget now on radio, KROL, we'll have a chat with one of the stars of tonight's game, Stacy Augman. And now we got Barry handling. Brings the ball over the baseline to Lasher. Lasher holds it up against Robinson. Out of front to Miller. To Barry, 19-footer short. Rebound hit into the air and grabbed by Jeter. He's playing pretty well since he came off the bench. Jeter. First name Chris. Now here's Smith. Cross-court pass to Bice. That's three. It didn't go, though. It's just about 2 inches too long. Rebound to Miller. Miller to Embick. Embick dribble drive in deep and throws it up and in. 92-67. They average 77 a game. They're going to be short, but the Rebels have passed their average. They're at 92. Their average is 89. Now Smith with the ball. To Bice. To Smith. Three-point country. 14 seconds left. In low it goes to Jeter. He's double-teamed. They knock it loose. It's out of bounds. Who touched it last? Bill Simmons, the referee, says it was touched last by the Rebels. Let's see. We've got a 25-point ball game. They've been beating the opponent, UNLV has, by an average of 23. That's consistency. Jump shot outside by Embick, no good. The rebound is off, and this game will be history. Bice better fire it. He does. It's three. If it goes, it didn't go. The game's over. Final score as Tarkanian gets congratulations on his 19th win in 20 games this year. And, of course, in the conference, they are 8-1. The lone loss coming here to Jerry Pim's Santa Barbara club. 92-67 is the score. And Tark, of course, happy. He certainly couldn't have been too worried about this ball game. But I think that Dennis Willens and Jerry Miller and Chris Brazier, I think they did a good job of preparing UOP's Tigers for this ball game. And certainly you got to say that Tark and Ganulin and Readout did an outstanding job and have done for years with the UNLV Running Rebels to win the game 92-67. We'll be back in a minute with the wrap-up.
Every day I'm trying harder. My goal is pleasing you.
When you rent a car from Avis, it comes with a lot of people who want to make sure you're satisfied. Reservation and counter people, mechanics, managers and maintenance people. They're Avis. You may not always see them, but they're there. Rent a Cadillac Seville from Avis for only $45 a day.
You don't pay retail prices at Nevada's largest selling discount jewelry store, The Jewelers. Men's Seiko watch with 14-karat solid gold nugget band retails at $1,500, now only $640.
If you find a lower price anywhere for the same quality merchandise, I'll refund double the difference to you in cash.
The best there is, The Jewelers.
The Jewelers, with 3 convenient locations.
If you've thought about Europe, think about now. Because now TWA lets you enjoy England for a price that's simply smashing. Say bonjour to the unforgettable culture and cuisine of France. Or come to Italy, country of romance and history. Wherever you land, TWA gives you full 50% discounts on great restaurants, hotels, and more. So think about now. Think about today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
There's nothing better than hustle from an athlete. And Stacy Augman, the freshman from John Muir High in Pasadena, while on the floor, hustled, got the ball, made a perfect outlet pass, and the James brothers combined, and Booby got the shot. Gee, that was a good play by young Stacy Augman. You think about this club representing UNLV this year, winning 19 of their first 20 games. It's almost unbelievable. They beat a very, very, very good Temple team here a week ago. And Temple, believe me, will be heard from before this year is over. Temple, many people think, is one of the very best teams in the country, and we would agree. There are maybe 10 or 12 teams that are stickouts, but I think there might be some sleepers around the country, too. Now, if you believe in the basketball polls, at least they're exciting to talk about, aren't they? UNLV is almost a cinch to move up from number 4 this week because several of the clubs ahead of them had problems, including Purdue getting knocked off at Bloomington, Indiana today. But it's going to be an interesting wind up to the season. But heavens, here we are with a lot of time left to play. Jerry Tarkanian, I don't know he'll admit it or not, has got to be extremely pleased with this ball club. Whether or not Tark is going to be able to get out here and talk to us before we have to sign it off, I do not know. We would like to think so. Bass Knight had 13 points for the Runnin' Rebels, Patio 7, Robinson had 9, 14 for Augman. He had a real big ball game, and he'll be our guest on radio in a few minutes. Keith James had 8, Todd 4, Carl James had 16 points, 2 for Bice. Rossum had 17 points. Rossum 1 under his career high at UNLV. Rosario was the big story scoring-wise for UOP with 24 points, the kid from the Dominican Republic. I thought young Berry looked awfully good, particularly in the second half. And that is John Berry, Rick Berry's son. He wound up with 8 points, but he showed a lot of court savvy. He read the floor well. He handled the ball well. He showed extremely good patience with the dribble drive and the passing effort, and he can be a player of the future. And I don't think that, well, probably they should feel very proud of their performance tonight. I was going to say they shouldn't be ashamed of their performance, and I'm talking about UOP now. They should be very proud because they came into a building that, well, the Runnin' Rebels just don't lose here, do they? They've won 84 out of 87. Since this building came into existence. Let's take a look now at some of the replays, at least one by Keith James. This kid, a transfer from Lamar, is quite a player and a good pass underneath. He didn't get the pass was to Keith James, but he made the second effort, and that's what coaches look for. If they get the first one blocked, if they miss the layup, hang in there. Something good might happen. One of your teammates might keep it alive and tap the ball to you. What about this Runnin' Rebel team? Gilliam left. Wade left, the nation's best assist man. Gilliam, the number 2 player in the NBA draft this year. Freddie Banks could be playing in the NBA. There are a lot of guards in the NBA that aren't as good as Freddie Banks, and so forth. They lost 3 key weapons, and certainly no one, I don't think the staunchest Rebel fan, perhaps not even Tark, expected what's happened here. This has been like a miracle. They started out going over to Y, blowing away some weak opposition, and they built and they built and they built. And right now, they're a good ball club. Not only are they a good starting club, in fact, so good as starting that they can start different combinations every night and not feel the loss of any 1 or 2 men. And that's important in a 5-man sport because it proves that you have a sensational bench. And when you get to, if you ever get to NCAA tournament play, you're going to have a good bench because the game is rough now. It's a physical game, and the way the game is played at such a high-speed pace, and as big as the players are, their leaping ability, gee, you just got to have players because somebody's going to get in trouble. Patio was a perfect example tonight. He had 3 fouls before he got warm. Now, let's go and take a look at James passing the ball to Augman for a layup. For you fans on radio, it was a bounce pass behind the back. It went to Augman. That wasn't Augman that scored that. It was Todd that scored that one. I had bad information from the truck, but whatever. It was a good basketball game, considering the fact that you had one of the nation's top clubs and one of the nation's lowest ranked clubs. Jerry Tarkanian, nice of you to come out. I was just telling the fans, Tark, maybe you believed it. I didn't, that you could be this good this year.
Oh, this ball club, they've worked so hard. We do a lot of things. We make a lot of mistakes with the ball because we're not a settled team yet, but they play so hard that they overcome a lot of problems, and I'm really delighted with the team, Chick. I'm so pleased with this club.
I think the kids are proud of themselves, though. They wanted to prove that the loss of the 3 stars last year didn't deteriorate the program.
Well, the whole community expected them to be down, and they kept hearing from everybody that this was going to be a down year. So they've worked extra hard because there's so much pride in Rebel basketball here in Las Vegas that these kids, I think, they just felt the pressure from from the previous years, and they just wanted to be good, so they've done everything we've asked them to do.
One of the biggest advantages that you and the rest of the coaching staff has, I think, depth.
Well, we've got 9 or 10 people. We got 9 people that we play, and we've been rotating them in. For a while there, we had some injuries, and we were down to about 7 guys, and that hurt us for a while. But we've got some depth, and we've had different kids that have played well.
But even tonight, your leading scorer, Patio, has only 7 points. Foul trouble took him out of the ball game early, but other guys filled in for him.
Right, and Jarvis didn't play the second half.
Right,
and,
right.
You know, we went up to Logan, Utah, and won without Jarvis, and that's a real good basketball team. So, you know, we've had different kids that have come through for us. It's been a team that has, I think they've surprised all of us. They've surprised our coaching staff, and we're really delighted with them.
I don't think you've peaked yet.
Well, we got a chance for improvement because Richard Robinson is one of our keys. And I'll tell you, Robinson has worked so hard in practice, and he's played real well in practice. He's had a real tough time in some of these games, and that's why I wanted him to shoot tonight at the end of the game and get some confidence, because Rob can put us at another level. He can move us up a whole notch.
After a couple of his shots, I said it's the best form that I've ever seen him have in that turnaround.
That's what he's doing. He shoots about 100, 150 every day.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, he works every day on it, probably more than that even. And he's been shooting it real well in practice. And I know he's going to come through. I've been saying that for a couple of weeks now, and I'm just...
4 years.
Yeah,
Right.
Rob's going to come through, believe me.
All right, thank you, Tark.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you very much. Okay, we sign it off, do we now? All right, from the Thomas and Mack Arena, UNLV wins the ball game over UOP 92-67. Chick Hearn, hoping you've enjoyed it. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, who invite you to visit the entertainment capital of the world. This telecast, an exclusive of United International Productions, Dick J. Manoogian, the executive producer.
Sunday on Fox.
First on Married with Children, Peg's